Hey, real talk. Come here for a second. I have tried recording this video like 3 times by now, right? In like 18 months. Maybe I overcook the vegetables, and maybe I like the curry takes too long to reduce. I buy the wrong coconut milk, it's not full fat. And then suddenly I'm like, oh, this is good enough, I'll just post this video, but it's not. Cafe Gabe has incredibly specific, inconsistent standards of quality, and that's what I'm here about, all right? Peanut curry with tofu, today at Cafe Gabe. Okay, I've already got my veggies all prepped here. I've chopped, diced, minced. I've got my garlic and my ginger ground up here, chopped nice and fine. I am going to learn from my past mistakes, and I'm going to go ahead and pre-roast all of my vegetables. You can absolutely just throw them into the curry when it's done. However, I would say, in my experience at least, because I don't have maybe a lot of experience making curries, it just kept overcooking the greens, or the curry was too soupy, so it would have taken more time and then it would have overcooked all the vegetables. How about we just pre-cook the vegetables, and when the curry is done, toss them in there for like a minute at heat. Warm them up, absorb some of that flavor, be good to go. The only exception maybe being the tofu. Once I'm done roasting the tofu, I'll probably just throw that into the curry once the curry is formed, let it start absorbing some of that flavor, okay? So forgive me, I'm gonna come back here in 2 seconds with a bowl full of roasted veggies and a plate of nice toasted tofu. So here we go. Okay, we are ready to go. I recorded the whole thing. You're gonna see about 2 seconds of me sauteing all those veggies. I have my softer veggies here, my red bell pepper, my cabbage, my zucchini. I've actually separated my carrots because honestly, those are gonna go in a little sooner than the rest because they can still stand to cook a little more. We've kind of just more like par cooked them for now. As well as my delicious looking tofu. Oh my goodness. This stuff is going to just soak in all of that good curry flavor. I am ready for that. So I'm gonna change camera angles on you here in a second, but I just wanted you to kind of get a feel for what was going on. I've sauteed / roasted my veggies, separated them as I need to. Everything isn't gonna go in at once, right? Once the curry is mostly set, I'll throw in the tofu, I'll probably throw in the carrots as well, give that a few minutes to kind of absorb, then I'll put in the rest of my veggies, a couple more minutes to go. But for now, let's finally get this going. Okay, I'm gonna set this to medium heat, basically. I don't want it smoking hot. This thing's already been warmed up once or twice today. And throw in my first go of sesame seed oil. Nice and liberal application. Okay, a little smoky, that's okay. Smokiness is all right, it'll wear off over time. Let's start with our big helpings of curry paste. Yeah, 2 heaping tablespoons. Along with our garlic and ginger. And just a bit of red pepper. Boom. And let's get that stirring in. Again, don't worry about the smokiness. The smokiness will wane when we throw in the coconut milk, but for now we gotta power through. Just give it like a minute. Let it all mix together. Let's let that start to cook, start to mix. I'm gonna go ahead and right now throw in our peanut butter. I did put this in the microwave a little bit just to help it pour out a little easier. This thing's already kind of popping, right? Kind of simmering a little bit, boiling almost. Once I get all this peanut butter out of there, we're going to reduce the heat to like a medium low. Just mix this together. Yes, just let that mix in together. Now, don't make the mistake I've made, right? Let this reduce a bit. There's no hurry. The odds of you over-reducing the curry are not as high as overcooking the veggies. So just give it time, guys. If you like it like this, that's fine. Start throwing your veggies, mixing your tofu lightly. You know, the carrots need maybe 2 or 3 minutes with the tofu, and then the other veggies maybe 1 or 2 minutes, and then in 5, 6 minutes you've got a good meal. But if you want it thicker, you gotta give it time. I'm gonna set a timer for a minute just to let this go on its own. And then after a minute, we'll stir again and throw in our tofu and our carrots. We are already doing better here. I'm gonna throw in my carrots. And carefully slide in my tofu pieces. I'm gonna let that gently stir that. We don't wanna mash up our tofu. But I do want it to absorb some of that flavor. Really get soaked in that curry. I'm gonna set a new timer for 2 minutes and we'll let this sit. Okay, there go our 2 minutes. Let me just throw in the rest of my veggies here. Very gently stir them in. Very gently stir them in. Perfect. Okay, let's go for another minute 30 and we'll be done. Okay, I am happy with this. Let me kill my stovetop, lift off my wok and set it aside. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a plate. I have a nice bowl here of sushi rice. First thing I want to do is grab me a few pieces of tofu. Let's get a 4th, because we're hungry boys for a hungry world. Get some veggies. And then the last thing I want is some of that sauce. Ladle in a nice amount. Unfortunately, your boy's left-handed, so this is going to be blocking my own shot again. Now, I've got to be dainty for the sake of the picture. Go to town, guys. Get that spoon in there, ladle this up, tear up your tofu. It doesn't really matter. I have to be a little bit fancier for the video, but don't let my patience deter you. Go to town. Last thing will be some green onion. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that. Look at that flavor. Oh boy, we are eating like kings today. All right, guys, finally, this is the taste test I will finally post after over a year of trying to get this recipe to work. Get in that close-up really quick, guys. Look at this. I mean, this is just magical. Some nice seared tofu, nice veggies that we already roasted a little bit, sauteed a bit, and then they're soaking in that nice curry. Some good sushi brown rice that I made. Top it with some fresh green onions. Pour over some curry over the whole thing. Look, I mean, what more could you ask for, Gabe? Taking you damn 18 months. Well, let's start with the tofu for sure. I'm doing chopsticks to feel authentic-ish. By all means, eat it with a fork. Yeah! Yeah! Guys, perfect. It was so terrible last time I made this. But by searing the tofu ahead of time and then putting it in, there's searing tofu on the skillet like I have done versus roasting it in the oven like I did in a video forever ago. Makes a whole world of difference here. It is just great. The thickness that we cut it at, right? Gives it just enough bite where it's still not flimsy as all hell, but it's still definitely roasted flavored. Left-handed. Oh my gosh. Getting in that sauce. Oh man. Carrot. Delicious. Cabbage, red pepper. Mmm. Well, I don't want to say I told you so, Gabe, in the past, but I guess now I have. Hey guys, success, right? Peanut curry with tofu, a la Cafe Gabe. As always, thank you so much for coming to Cafe Gabe. If you haven't already, hey, subscribe to the channel. Look at this stuff. I'm sure you could have figured it out on your own, but let me do that work for you and test it 3 times to let you know when it's great. So, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you tried the recipe and liked it, please like the video. It does help me out a bunch. Hit that little thumbs up button, saves me a lot of trouble. Let's grow the group. And if you have any questions for me, comments, concerns, ideas, this could probably be a little spicier. The peanut butter, I love it. You can do without it. The curry recipe is just a foundational recipe. You could have used green paste, yellow paste, red paste. Skip the peanut butter, added whatever else you wanted to. I just like it this way, but hey, put it in the comments. What did you do differently? I would love to hear it. Well guys, as always, thank you so much for coming to Cafe Gabe. Hey, use the bigger wok. Stay hungry for me. Adios.